Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jess of Creations. I am outside. I just finished taking some shots for some socials. Last night I finally finished my octagon sweater, so check it out. I am very happy with it. But for now, I just got home from work. I'm going to go take this off and put on some pajamas. And we got to get working on prep for our next show, which is already next weekend. So there's very minimal turnover time between Fan Expo and Sci-Fi. I don't know what to focus on. A lot of things sold at Fan Expo. I definitely need to make some more Spider-Man. I think I need to make some more mushrooms and cats and frogs. I think I'm just going to stick with those small items. We did sell a lot of big items in Philly, but for Sci-Fi, I think the focus will be on the smaller items, which also sold, but those are easier and quicker to make. And I did decide, I think, that I'm going to also offer mushroom hats and bandanas, because I saw a lot of cosplayers with crocheted mushroom hats and bandanas, and I figured, why not offer that as, a sale item? And that's nothing that I really see sold from crocheters at shows. They mostly stick with the plushies. But the maintenance guys are coming to whack all the weeds back here. So I'm going to take it inside, switch it into pajama mode, and get working on some mushroom hats, I think, tonight. Listen, I have not been recording. This week has been so much. Not really, but I just feel so drained from last weekend, I'm guessing. But I've been working. I just haven't recorded anything. So far, I'm on my way to replacing all the mushroom plushies that I sold at Fan Expo Philly. I've done the caps so far. I need to make the bodies. This week has also been a very mushroom theme, because I'm toying with the idea of branching back out into wearables for cons. It won't be for next weekend at Sci-Fi, because I don't have time or the yarn, but I think I'm going to start doing my Ewok hoods again. I don't have the pom-poms for them either. The pom-poms I have are too big, because I have made one recently and the poms I have are just massive. But Ewok hoods, I'm also, because I saw people walking around wearing this stuff, thinking it might be something people would be interested in, is like mushroom hats and mushroom bandanas. I'm sure there are other themes as well, but what really stuck out to me was the mushroom theme. So far, I'm struggling so far, because I bought a pattern and it called for a G hook or a size 4mm. And I mean, I have tight tension, and I always go up a hook size. I was like, a G is just going to be ridiculous. So I went up 2 hook sizes on the first one. I used an I hook, or a 5.5. And it's not terrible, but it is still too big on my head. And I have a big head, so when I make hats, I kind of base it off my head. Like, if it's gonna fit me, it'll fit most people. But the fact that these are so big is just mind-blowing. So this is the first one I made. And I have a ponytail in, so it's just too big. If I would wear it like that, there's just so much stuff up here. So if I pull it down with a ponytail in, I don't want to be able to wear a ponytail under here. I'd like to wear like pigtails or something. This also cracks me up because it gives me like very old bonnets. Like, if you're familiar with the American Girl dolls, Felicity was the first doll I ever had, and she's from Virginia, and I forget the time that it is, but they have very like ruffly hats, and that's what this reminds me of, and it cracks me up a little. But just imagine like spots on it, and you can decipher that it's a mushroom. Anyway, first one, too big, and it was with I just think big twist yarn, acrylic, big twist acrylic. So then I like to use, I love this yarn by Hobby Lobby for wearables. I just think it's a nicer feel, especially if I'm going to sell it. I don't want to sell a customer like a scratchy kind of cheap feeling item. So I do like to use, I love this yarn by Hobby Lobby. So that's what I did with the second one. And then I went down a hook size and I used a G or a 5mm. And somehow it turned out bigger than the eye hook hat. What's happening? I can't even like fluff it up to make it workable. It's so frustrating. So now I'm doing as the pattern says and using a G hook. I'm working on a third hat. It's not finished yet. I'm working on the cap of it, but maybe the hook that the designer actually called for is going to work. So that's where we are in that process. It's kind of frustrating so far because I wanted to have these for sci-fi next weekend. So far, I don't think this is it. I still need to find it. I need to find the yarn and the hook size that is just the perfect match for these hats. And then, in addition to the mushroom hats, I think I'm going to try also mushroom bandanas. I think some people might be interested in that. So again, I haven't done spots, but just imagine this with some little white spots. I've made 3 so far, but it's a quick make. It's easy. These ones actually came out the way they're supposed to. Again, just got to add the spots. I'm going to make a couple more. I don't know, at least 5, I think I should bring to sci-fi. That's reasonable. And just test the waters. I don't know if sci-fi is the place to test the waters. Because I've done so many different shows. Like the clients is what I want to say, but the customers at each show are so different, and it's hard to kind of tell what they want because what people are buying at one show is not what they're buying at another. But we're going to test them out. I think they're going to be nice. And then, like I said, I need to finish the mushroom plushies. And I think the only things I'm going to be working on to prepare for next weekend are Spider-Man for sure, because we sold out of him. But only a couple. Maybe I can get 6 of them done. This show is not, from past experience, this show has not been a heavy Spider-Man seller of a show. So I don't feel the need to like stress make a bunch of them. Philly next year for sure. I've got to load up on Spider-Man. I feel like we could have gotten more sales if I had more of them. But so Spider-Man, frogs and cats. Those are always popular at this show. And I have minimal numbers. So I just want to get the mushrooms back up to where I had them before Philly. And maybe like 10 frogs and 10 cats to add to the ones I already have left over. And then 2 more of these bandanas and add their spots. That is my plan. It is Friday evening. It is 8:42. Tomorrow's Saturday and I don't have to do anything. So I will be sleeping in as much as my body will let me because it thinks that it naturally wants to wake up at 7 o'clock these days. But that's the plan this weekend because that's probably my only time to really get stuff done before next weekend. We have to leave on Thursday. It's just nice to set up the day before, so we're not driving and setting up and then the show happening at the same time, like within the same day. Michelle's coming with me on Thursday because her work has an office out in that area and she's going to go visit and like do work with them on Friday. So it works out for her. And then Ed will meet us up there on Friday. But so I got to get this done so that I can reorganize the Hulkman bags because they are a disaster right now. We just chucked everything in the bags and then repack the car, redo my signage because I sold out a lot of things. I crossed a lot of stuff out. I think that's it. I think I mentioned this earlier, but because of the connection issues that we had, I'm not going to risk it anymore going ahead. So I bought a personal hotspot as recommended by my vendor neighbor in Philly. Hopefully it works out better. Sci-Fi, where we are located at this show, it's not so bad getting service, but it depends on the guests there and will reflect the amount of people that show up. Last June, I think, was another Twilight reunion, and that brought in so many people. And I remember all the vendors downstairs were complaining so much because they couldn't connect at all to anything. And the lines for the Twilight guys were like out the door. Where we're on the upper level, but it's still like, it wasn't so bad connection wise for us, but we did have some issues. So I'm just done trying to set up, like connect my credit card machine to my phone data because it's just causing problems anymore. So I got the hotspot. It came a couple days ago. I set it up. Everything looks good to go. So hopefully that will be a new experience, but hopefully it's a good experience and that the credit card machine stays connected and we don't lose any more sales because that has been so heartbreaking when that happens. So yeah, I'm going to get back to work since I don't have to be anywhere tomorrow. I'm going to try to stay up a little later tonight. I'm not very good at staying up late when I say I want to, because I'm old and I'm tired and I want to go to bed. But yeah, I'm going to get to work, and we've got to wrap this vlog up this weekend so I can post it next week before we head out. And then next week will be the sci-fi recap video. But this video isn't over yet. I will just try to remember to record this weekend while I'm doing stuff. Because that's what you're here for. You want to see the stuff that I make and the process of making it. So let's get to work. Well, I slept all day Saturday. I think my body needed it. I was in a very kind of low place all last week. And I had no anything in me Saturday. So I just slept all day, and I don't even feel a little bit bad about it. But today I got back to work. I got all of the mushroom bandanas that I wanted to bring. I'm only going to do 5 for now because I don't know what the reaction is going to be to them, how they're going to sell. So I didn't want to go overboard, so I only made 5. But I couldn't decide. 4 of them look like this with 3 spots. To me, it looks like it has a face. But then one of them has 4 spots. But I don't know. Placing spots on mushrooms is just so random, and I didn't feel like sewing more dots on. So I just did most of them with the 3 spots. But I like how they came out. I hope they're received well. I plan on, for my non-con shows the rest of the year, I was going to make regular bandanas, so not themed specifically to anything, just solid colored bandanas. But I want to see how this goes over at Sci-Fi. I think I'm going to pass on the mushroom hats for this particular event because I haven't quite gotten it down yet where I feel good about the hat. The 2 that I've finished, minus the spots, they're just not it. I have some ideas about changing the pattern up, using the bigger hook, but maybe doing like half doubles instead of doubles. We'll see. I have plenty of time to play around with that, but they won't be coming to Sci-Fi with me. I did start the bodies for the mushroom caps that I had already made. You've seen these guys before. I don't know if the skein of vintage white yarn that I pulled is just weird, but this one came out really holy. I also don't know if it was my tension, but I didn't change anything up that I'm aware of, but the holiness of his body is just very much annoying me. So I probably just have to get over it and continue and keep moving forward. But today I did decide also, since Philly was just last weekend, Sci-Fi's this weekend, my product turnover is just, it's just not there. I'm not going to have an amount of product that I would like for Sci-Fi. I previously had a wheel that, to spin it, you had to scan my QR code and follow me on any of my socials. But I think I'm going to scrap the scan and just have the wheel open to anybody. What's on the wheel are some 15%, I think it's 15% off your whole purchase and 20% off one item. I have one of each of those on the wheel, and then the rest are candies and toys, which is just like Tootsie Rolls and Smarties, and the toys are just little rubber ducks that are Irish themed. So yeah, the Tonys are on right now, so I'm going to watch them, and while I watch them, finish these guys so I can just start tomorrow, Monday, fresh with Spider-Man and just get some Spider-Man whipped out. Because I leave on Thursday. I don't have much time to be messing around. I still have to redo the signage, repack everything, repack the car. So I've got a lot to do. With that, I'm going to stop it right here for the day. So I just took out of the bags and recounted and officially packed everything up for this weekend. And we are only going with 2 Hulken bags full of product, where we usually have 3 plus like a body bag. But we have a good amount, I guess.
Sal, always be closing.
I don't think he knew I was recording, but I'm going to keep it in this vlog to embarrass him.
That was a test you were doing.
Anyway, that is what we have for the show this weekend. I am going to sign off for this week's vlog, and I'll see you next time when we are at Sci-Fi Valley Con. Bye.